Guys, I'm so sorry that we have so many amazing speakers today that we don't even have a time for a break, but that's how we roll. We need to bring everyone here before the day is over. And I'm not gonna waste any more of your time, and I wanna ask on stage a dear friend of mine who, when I met, I was like, finally, a creative who understands Rakia. And that kind of gave, I don't know, birth to this amazing friendship, but also to something very unique, which is the very first animation feature film of Macedonia. John Vardar versus the Galaxy. Please welcome Goce, and he's gonna tell us more about it.
Yeah.
Stage yours.
So, thank you for staying. First, we were gonna see a little video, and then I will start talking. Thank you. So, thank you to Stani for inviting me. I'm very happy to be on the Creative Buzz. It's amazing to hear all these stories and to feel all the creativity juices in this room and in this space. So, I'm here to tell you how I managed to make this movie in only 9 years. And I survived. I'm here to tell it. So that's you know, it's a bit harder than it looks. You know, like now, when you look from afterwards, it's kind of easy, but no. So, yeah, let's. I will first tell you a little bit about me. I studied cinema in Paris, and I came back to Macedonia when I got a call from a student of mine. I was a professor, visiting professor in a film academy, and he said, there is a guy who wants to invest in an animation studio. And I said, yeah, but you know, like it's kind of expensive to do animation studio. He said, yeah, this guy has money. Okay, let's try. I did a business plan, and I presented to the investor, and they said, I mean, first, this is interesting anecdote. When we came there, he just took the business plan and he melted it in the, you know, he cut it into small pieces and said, okay, I don't care about this. I just wanted to see with whom I have the job, you know. So it was a little bit of a mafioso kind of, I mean, in a good way. Anyway, so this investment really happened, and And that's how we started with the studio, which I will explain piece by piece how we went from the opening of the studio to the finished movie. During this nine years period, I managed to do an animation series, BB's World, which is very popular in Macedonia. Now we sold it in almost all the ex-Yugoslavian territories, and now it's getting bigger and bigger. It's a very big child brand. And I managed to also do a live-action feature. So you can imagine that, like doing an animation feature kind of gives you time to work on other projects, but actually it shouldn't, but this is how it happened in my case. I also did some other stuff. I did a music video for Fate No More. It's a big in the 90s. It's a very big rock metal band, very famous in that time. And we also did a music animation video for Ed Sheeran. So these are like my accomplishments so far, let's say. So yeah, Lynx Animation Studio. This started as the biggest 2D animation studios in the Balkan. We started on the first day of our existence. We had 22 people working in the studio. Of them, only one was a professional animator. Everyone else was artists or, that wanted to do animation, but like only one guy was professional animator, and he was from France. I imported him. And that was not probably a very good idea. So, yeah, we started kind of big. We had so big dreams, and the idea was that the investor put some money that we can work and develop projects. It was supposed to be 2 years investment before we start working commercially. In practice, it was 1 year, but still it was quite good time for us to develop some projects. However, there were some ideas in the start that now looking back, it was not very good. So one thing is that we wanted to do animation, but we also wanted to do gaming in the same time, so we had two departments. Again, in the gaming, we had developers, but nobody had experience, so it was like we started big, but nobody knew what we were doing. And with having a bigger structure, the expenses were quite big, so there was salary every month to pay, and a lot of coffee was being drank from all these people. And then another thing that kind of came through in this starting year of the studio was that many of the artists didn't stay. There was a lot of fluctuation. We had maybe, I would say, without exaggerating, probably about 150 people who came in and out of the studio in the first 2 years. So like everybody wanted to try, like it was a big, it was, when we started, it was in the media and everything, so everybody was like, wow, what's this biggest 2D studio in the Balkans? Yeah, it was biggest, but, at the same time, it was the most, how to say, inexperienced studio in the Balkans in the same time. So we had a lot of people who wanted to come and see what's going on, and then they say, okay, it's not that easy, it's not just click and and it happens by itself, click on the button animation and it will animate. Now it's possible, but it wasn't back then. So yeah, so all this, I think that if you're starting now, if you are starting a studio, definitely start small. Have a smaller part of people who really want to do it, so that they want to do it, that they love it, what they are doing, and that they will stick in the studio, because there is time to grow big, but the best would be to really just be sure that what you're doing. So that's one of the takeaway points from this part. Then another thing, like having worked with this many people, even if some of the artists in the studio, like we had some cases where we had somebody who was very skilled, but who was really a loner, like not all people are made to work in teams, and animation, gaming, it's a teamwork. So if you have people who are, every day feeling bad and spreading bad energy, it's kind of, it's like a disease coming to everybody around, So that's another thing, like even if somebody doesn't know what they're doing, but if they want really to do it, they will learn, So you can, it's good to invest time, but it's really the structure, who is in the studio is a very important, because you will be spending hours and hours there. It's becoming your family. I mean, you see them more maybe than the people at home. So yeah, I mean, you better make sure to be surrounded by people who are sharing the creative ideas, who are sharing the feel good of the studio. I mean, in almost every studio that I've been, you can feel that there is a lot of love going on, So make sure that you surround yourself with people who love you, or at least you respect them, in a way. Okay, so this is one thing. And then another thing, yeah, the business plan. Business plan is very important. You have to know what you want to do, like, I mean, with the studio, one of the mistakes was, like, we were doing a little bit of animation, a little bit of gaming, so we did release some projects. These are the animation projects that we developed. Okay, I don't have images from the games, but we did launch a couple of mobile games and all that, but again, we didn't know how to market, we didn't know how to, so at the very end, like, I mean, it was wrong to kind of try to do everything at the same time, like, better get focused, do just what you really want to do and what you at least know a little bit to do. Okay, so the strategy, not only we started developing 3 projects in the same time. The one that you saw, the trailer, John Vardar versus the Galaxy, we didn't know what it's gonna be. Is it gonna be a film or a series? So we had a script, and that script worked for a film, but then we also kind of cut it into 13 episodes, and we said, okay, let's try and see what goes on, So again, I think that from this point, it was an error, because if it started as a film, maybe it would have gone earlier. But, like as Quaid said before me, timing is always important. So, like maybe it was just not the time to to do it at that time, to do it as a film. So we really didn't know. So we developed this, we spent a lot of time and resources into developing these 3 projects. We don't know if the other 2 are ever gonna be done, but at least John Vardar is done, so that's already good. Another thing that we, like that we saw when we were presenting the project. If you need to have a proof of concept, you need to have, if it's animation, you need to have animation to show. And the more you have, better. At least a minute or 30 seconds. But whoever you talk with, they can immediately see what you're doing and if they like it or if they want to learn more. A dossier is big, and very little number of people will really read whatever you write. Like, I mean, it's before they want to know the story, they want to see what it is. So definitely, when you develop a project, do a proof of concept, do a 30-second, 1-minute animation. That's one of the best investments in that project that you will do. Another thing, we didn't know the target audience when we were presenting these projects into various markets. and seminars and co-production forums. I mean, we didn't know that that like in animation, you know, like you have 3 to 6, 6 to 9, 9 to 12 adult animation. I mean, we just wanted to do the projects, and we didn't know anything about the industry part, how it's split, you know. So it is good to know, like, okay, so my project, what is it similar to? What's the age group? So for whom we are doing this project? Because that has a lot of influence when you are searching for partners. You know, some people are doing only children's stuff, I mean, for smaller kids. Some are only interested in family. You know, some are only interested in adult animation. So yeah, that's something that that is, you know, that you need to know when you start. Another thing, the project, it's a product. It's a product, you know, like, so no matter how much artistic you want to be, at the end it's a product that you need to sell. So, you know, like, I mean, having the idea is good, but, you know, like, you have to package it good to show it to potential clients and partners. And even better, a finished product, it's even more, you know. So if you have, instead of a teaser, if you have like a pilot episode, then you're one step closer to selling it, you know, because somebody will see it and they will say, aha, okay, they trust in this project so much, they put so much time and energy to do it. There is, you know, there is audience for everything, but making the thing is, you know, like, is the thing that is difficult. And the more advanced you are in making it, so the less you are in the idea part and more towards something concrete to show, it's better for you and for the project. Okay, so once we developed the story, we had storyboard, we had a teaser. That teaser was totally different from what you saw here. You know, I mean, the style changed, the character design changed, and everything. At the first part of the first phase of the production, we wanted to do everything hand drawn, but then, you know, like, reality jumps in, and you have to go with the budget and the people that you have. So we were mixing, you know, but yeah, I mean, once we had the, you know, the basic package prepared, what we did is we just applied to every possible film market, animation film market, or co-production forum that was there. Some of these I have noted. I mean, one of the first was in Sofia meetings in 2016, I think. Then we did Cartoon Movie, Malmo Financing Forum, Cartoon Barcelona, Visegrad, and, you know, all of these that are made. Very few of them were actually giving results, you know, like, so again, this is the thing about being perseverant. You are not, you know, I mean, you're not alone there. Like, there's hundreds and maybe thousands of other creators and studios that want to have their project done, and everybody's, there's much more people who are looking for investment than investors who are looking for projects, you know, I mean, so, but still, it is good thing on these markets, because you are meeting people and you will meet people who are like-minded. It will take times. In our case, it took 3 years to close up all the partners. And we also had a lot of, I mean, we also had a lot of failed partnerships, not failed partnerships in a way that the partners did fail, but we applied the project in Ukraine, France, Germany, Portugal, Serbia, Lithuania, Denmark, and Euroimage. You know, so this is, huh? With Bulgaria, it's successful. But I'm just saying that, you know, so you're meeting people, you are finding people who like the project and who also like you, you know, I mean, you have to be, you know, like the partners, it's like a marriage, so you have to be comfortable with the people that you will work with for a couple of years. So on all these markets, we did meet a lot of other producers. We met the ones that finally made it into the project. Actually, most of them we met in Annecy on MIFA. So that's, I mean, among my favorites, I would recommend MIFA, then Animation Production Days Stuttgart, and Cartoon 360, Cartoon Movie, Cartoon Forum. These were kind of, you know, like, when all of them are good, you know, so there's no, but I'm just saying that my personal favorites were these. And then in all these meetings and everything where you're just there and saying, okay, I have a project, would you like to join and everything, we did meet successful, we did meet partners that were at the end successful in submitting the project to their film funds and getting the money in. So the first partner that came in was Bulgaria. It was through the company Kalinov Brothers, Invictus is called now. So the Bulgarian Film Institute Center supported the film. Very grateful, because that's where it all started. Then the second one was Croatia. And the third one, I mean fourth with Macedonia in, was Hungary. And then at the very end of the production last year, we had a Serbian private fund that also helped a little bit, that helped us to finish the movie. But yeah, so from this part, you know, like going to the markets and finding your partners, the most important thing to know is, first, research the markets. You know, there is a lot of markets. Apply everywhere. You will get selected in some of them. In some you get selected. In some you just pay accreditation and you go in. You know. Then also have a person who is responsible for sales. It takes a lot of time to communicate with a lot of people. If you have a person for that, that's more easy. You know, like because they will be concentrated only on finding the partners and working with them. Then, of course, you know, have the English versions ready, because it will need to be translated into the languages of your partners to submit. And then, yeah, never stop. Okay, Hollywood dream, private investor research. So I was 9 years ago. I was, you know, like young and naive, and I opened up as soon as we got the money from Macedonia. I opened up my IMDb Pro account, and I contacted like the agents of many famous actors. Because, you know, like I was thinking, okay, if we get famous actors in, then we can sell the project easily and get a bigger budget. It did work to a point. So we had agreement, a written agreement. It's called like a statement from the agent of the particular actor, that they will participate in the film if you have the money. So we did have a yes from Monica Bellucci, Gerard Depardieu. He was not still accused in the Me Too at that time. And we had also oral agreement from Rade Sherbedžija. He's a very famous actor from the Balkans that was working in Hollywood. Then also with the Danish possible co-producer who applied 2 times in the Danish Film Institute. We were talking about getting some actors like Viggo Mortensen, Mads Mikkelsen, or Nikolaj Coster-Waldau if the submission was successful. Unfortunately, it was not. The private investor I got in Macedonia, this was really like how to say, like a bingo. It's very unusual to get private investment. But now if the film makes money, which I hope it will, maybe for the next time it will be easier. So yeah, takeaway points. Film stars are not out of reach if you can. try, you know. It's good because if you have a star that is attached, you can get audience, you can get marketing, and you can get investors in. Yeah, I didn't mention this. I had the interest from the agent of Quentin Tarantino, who was supposed to voice one of the characters. But his state of interest was different. He said, okay, we will give him to read the script. If he says yes, you need to pay right away, and you will record him in the next month. You know, so that's how it. I mean, if we did find the money then, we could have had Quentin voicing the film, you know, and I'm sure that we would have found more money to finish, you know. So then a quick, let's see, global, you know, a quick global review of how it happens, because we did meet a lot of people from everywhere. And in Europe, it's a bit slow, you know, like it's a bit slow, like it's 6 months waiting when you apply, you have 6 months of wait. Then the next co-production partner needs to apply, again 6 months of wait, you know, so this is the thing, you know. Televisions are very important, especially in the Western Europe part. European funds, Euroimage, Euromedia and everything, sorry to say it, but they do favor the bigger industries, you know, so if you look what are the projects that are every year supported, you will find 5 French, 5 German, 5 Scandinavian, 1 from Eastern Europe, 2 from Eastern Europe, you know, it's you know, I mean, that's how it goes. Hopefully it will get distributed more evenly in the future. But yeah, okay. And then another thing is, if you have a co-producer from Western Europe, the salaries are higher, you know. So they have more money, but they will do less work for it, you know. So, but they will still get the percentage that will cover the part of the money that was invested and not the amount of work, you know. So if you have like audio post-production, let's say in Macedonia, it will cost you 30 or 50,000. In France, it will cost you 200,000. You know, so, you know, I mean, you do have a, you know, like you do have a money, but it's also it's called expensive money. That money is more expensive. Okay, so yeah, research and choose your partners well. Prepare upfront about the split of the creative task, because all the countries that are co-producers have to have a little bit of creative. You know, you cannot just work together and not have creatives in every country. Then, yeah, negotiate territories and percentages. That's normal if you're coming from a smaller country like ours. Like usually, every partner wants to take their country exclusively. But if you have a partner from a bigger country, then you're maybe missing out, you know, because from your country you'll get just a small amount of money. So this financing plan is almost as important as the budget, you know, because if depending where are your partners, the financing plan can really vary a lot. Okay, partner lock and division of tasks. I will skip through this very quickly because we don't have a lot of time. But yeah, once you get into production, that's actually the easy part, because you finish the administrative process, you do what you love, and what is important is to communicate with everybody, you know, which I guess it's everywhere that, you know. Prepare clear indications, explain in detail. If it's a retake, explain in detail why you need that retake, because when you work over distance, sometimes it's very easily to misunderstand something that is, you know. Be sure everyone is tuned to the project, you know, so talk about the references, talk about influences, what you want to achieve, you know, so this is all the part of the preparation of working with co-producers. And have a plan B and C, because very often, you know, like we look big, but in practice we don't have that budget, money and time. So yeah, this is it. Festival strategy and distribution, we are starting now. I'm happy to announce here, it hasn't been announced in Macedonia yet, because I have a cinema, a live action feature tomorrow. The premiere is tomorrow, so I'm not talking about the animation yet. It's just don't wanna, you know. But we have the world premiere on 5th October in Sitges for John Vardar. Sitges, if you don't know, it's among the biggest festivals for fantastic genre in the world. It's referred to as the Cannes of the fantastic cinema. So we are in the family section. It's a non-competitive, but it's really a great start. And there is another very big festival in South America that I cannot yet reveal. So it's a really great start for the movie. We have secured distribution in all the co-production countries. So that means Macedonia, Bulgaria, Croatia, Hungary, and Macedonia, and Serbia, sorry. And then also in Colombia. The Colombia thing is a very specific thing that I don't have time to explain now, but we are hoping then to move over Latin America soon. Anyway, it's the same with the festivals, like with the markets. You need to know for which festivals your film is good, you know, because it's expensive to apply, and you know, like you have to. I mean, better to apply to a festival that will select you than into a festival that will not select you. You know. Okay, so I think I'm on time. Q&A.
I don't. Yes, yes. Thank you so much for this, Goce. Please, guys, give this amazing director a round of applause. Thank you so much. Okay, we don't have time for Q&A, sorry. So you gotta grab Goce in the hallway, buy him a beer, he'll tell you everything, even his PIN number, no problem. I've done that. I only have one question, super short.
Yeah.
When is the premiere in Bulgaria?
It's coming, I'm not sure if it's January or February, but it's coming in cinemas here.
Okay.
So, yeah,
We're gonna keep you posted then. Yeah. January or February, we're gonna see John Vardar.
Please come and see it. I need to say something about the Bulgarian participation. So we had Chase a Cloud working on two scenes on the movie. It was among my best experiences. Why? Because I'm not inventing.
Okay.
I gave them the scenes. I told them, listen, guys, this is what I want. You are doing a good stuff. You know, do your best. They did their best, and I think, I mean, maybe there were some small corrections to do, but it was like, okay, this is it. Thank you. You know, bye-bye.
Yeah, that was the fastest film work that we've done.
Yeah, and also the music in the trailer and the music of the movie is made by Miroslav Dimov. It's a Bulgarian compositor. He was supposed to do only 3 pieces for the film, like when we were doing the split of the creative parts. But I loved so much what he did for the opening credits. I said, okay, you are the one to do the music for the entire movie. Yeah.
Thank you, Goce. Yeah. Thank you for taking the time to drive from Skopje to here to share all this with us. To me, especially, that was very, very useful because I'm actually planning to embark on your journey, and I'm a bit scared. Okay. Thank you, man. If you have questions, grab Goce somewhere around. Thank
you.